Ladies and gentlemen, hello! Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time it is you're watching this today. Here, right now, it is Friday, August 22nd. And you are watching episode 36 of the beloved, hit, not yet critically acclaimed, Headlines with Amr. Me. So, today, we are getting started once again in New York City, where a couple days ago it was reported that former President Barack Obama called Zohran Mandani. The media was very excited about this. And from what I gathered, the whole idea was that this is great for Zohran, this could be a boost for his campaign, and Obama knights his rising stars when he calls them and helps boost them and their legitimacy. Before I say anything else, I want to be very clear. That may be true. Okay? Don't forget that I said that. Now, this incident reminded me of when Zohran first won a couple months ago, and I was very excited for reasons I've talked about on this show before. And if this is your first time tuning in, go back and watch a couple of episodes. But I had some close friends who said that Zohran reminded them of Obama. And so the reason Obama calling him reminded me of this moment is because both of those things just kind of made me uncomfortable, because I actually don't think that Zohran and Obama are similar. And I don't think it's a big deal that he called him. Look, Obama was great in a lot of ways, and I mean that, okay? But Zohran is not Obama. He is not the next Obama. He doesn't have a lot in common with Obama. As a millennial who came of age and political consciousness in the 2008 campaign of Obama, trust me, we don't need another Obama. Yes, he united a broad coalition. Yes, he did a couple really, really cool revolutionary things. However, these things that he did were far less revolutionary than advertised in his campaign. And more importantly, they did not provide the systemic change that we needed. His departure in 2016, while some things had improved, left many average Americans with a lot of the same grievances they had when he ran for president. And let's not forget the healthy dosage of violence, racism, and general disillusionment with the entire political system. He was a political phenomenon for the time. And we should leave it there. So, yeah, I'm sorry, but I don't care that he called Zohran. I don't need him to call Zohran. And the whole point of Zohran's victory is that his campaign was the first time someone on the left actually stopped trying to appease people on the right or people who are adherent to the system that we've talked a lot about on this show. He decided to not make any gestures towards these people and to go for a bold agenda that actually helped working people in a way that challenges things in the very crosshairs of what Obama stands for. I'm sorry, but as much as I like Obama, Barack Obama's political positions and policies in 2025 today, political positions and policies, not his qualities as a human being, are much closer to Andrew Cuomo than they are Zohran Mandani. Okay? That's the truth. Even this political analyst, J.C. Polanco, agrees, saying that calling President Obama a Muslim, a socialist, not born here, and somehow un-American, none of that was true. Mamdani, on the other hand, actually fits that mold. He is Muslim, a socialist, born in Africa, and his name is not exactly Tom, Dick, or Harry. Easy fodder for those focused on otherizing. Well, I guess I agree with Mr. Polanco, but for entirely different reasons. Anyway, all's to say, as far as I'm concerned, the only thing these two have in common are their beautiful smiles. Can I get in on that? Their intoxicating charm. Can I get in on that? And names that piss a lot of white people off. I know I can get in on that. Now, we're going to close this episode with a headline out of Maine. Great white shark has been seen near popular beaches in Maine, sparking a warning from police. Now, many of you may have read this or heard this headline and thought, oh my God, a great white shark in Maine. They're going to eat us. And I wouldn't blame you. I mean, swimming at a popular beach in Maine and a great white comes for you, I mean, that's it. Your life is over. You will die, most likely. Or at a minimum, you will lose a limb. However, for me, the most eye-catching aspect of this headline was that they didn't say that the warning was from local marine biologists. They didn't say that the warning was from the Coast Guard, or even that guy who's always by the docks, who's not a scientist, but who's been around long enough and everybody knows him, and maybe he's always drunk, that he kind of knows a lot about the local marine climate. It's the police! Why are the police the people issuing warnings about sharks? And all I could think of was a horse cop galloping directly off of the end of a pier and sinking to the bottom of the ocean, only to be torn apart by a great white shark on the way down. Thank you all for watching this episode of Headlines with Amr. I appreciate everyone's support, everyone's views. I want to especially mention Bingle121 for their lovely comment last week. I appreciate your support. And that's it for this week. I hope everyone has an excellent weekend, and I will not see you next week because it's the last week of August. Let's chill. Let's shut it all down for a week. I'll catch you guys in September. Bye-bye. I want to tell you about Zohran Mandani. He is he's actually all the things that you guys spent years saying that I am. Michelle and I are very disappointed at the comparisons between me and Zohran. But yes, I did call him. And I told him, Zohran, if you like your plan, you can keep your plan.